Shares of Rockstar Games' parent company Take-Two Interactive jumped after rumors that Sony could be in talks to acquire the company began circulating in investing circles. MarketWatch reports that Take-Two Interactive stock saw a 7% increase based on the rumor that Sony is currently in advanced board-level discussions to acquire Take-Two Interactive in a mostly cash deal, according to Wedbush Securities, head of technology and media trading Kulina. It deal be a sizable acquisition, and one that would value the company at $130 a share according to those same sources. While just a rumor at this point, the move would significantly bolster Sony's first-party development forces and mirror some of the efforts made by fellow console maker Microsoft through its recent acquisitions of Obsidian Entertainment and several other studios. Rovio has just released its full-year financials for the 12 months ended December 31st,
2018.
And consolidated revenue is down despite games holding firm. Overall revenue was down by 5% to $246,246.3 million, with year-on-year compatibility being negatively impacted by the release of the Angry Birds movie back in 2017. Games revenue grew by 1% to $254,282.7 million, thanks to the strong performance of Angry Birds 2, which ended the fourth quarter with record gross bookings of $67,075.3 million. That said, Rovio's user acquisition spending was also up by 12.9% to $78,688.7 million, which equates to 31.4% of the game segment's overall revenue. Meanwhile, brand licensing income declined by 37.4% year-on-year to $38,035.8 million, again because of the large revenue peak provided by the Angry Birds movie in 2017. The segment is now looking to build a licensing program for the Angry Birds movie sequel in 2019. Moving forward, Rovio is looking to launch at least 2 new games in 2019, which marks the 10th anniversary of Angry Birds, the first of which, Angry Birds Dream Blast, is already on shelves. But the mobile outfit has more in the pipeline. It also topped up the release of the Angry Birds movie sequel in August, with company CEO Kati Levoranta explaining the film should provide a boost to its licensing business, while driving users towards its Angry Birds games. Curiously, Rovio is also looking to reduce its ownership in Wedbush Entertainment, the Netflix-inspired mobile game streaming service. It spun off back in 2016 from 80% to below 50%. If all goes to plan, Rovio expects group revenues to grow to somewhere between $300 million, $338.7 million, and $330 million, $372.5 million in 2019, with the second quarter providing the largest revenue growth and profit contribution. Aftermaths of people asking me to try a battle royale on my daily live stream, I had a chance to try Apex Legends. After about 3 hours of play, I found myself back in the same position I had before I started, just not getting into battle royale design. After finishing a match, somehow on the second place spot, I had a realization about the problem with this form of game design. Despite developers claiming they are creating the future of multiplayer games, they are all really just chasing the same example of lackluster game design. As always, If you have somehow missed the Battle Royale craze this past year, then here's a quick catch-up. A large number of players, usually about 50, are put on the same set map with no weapons or equipment. Basic gear is randomly spawned on the map, with higher quality in more specific areas. Every few minutes, the map itself shrinks in a random direction, forcing players to converge in smaller and smaller environments, until there is only one person left standing. From H1Z1 to Apex Legends, and to all the future Battle Royale games in the works, the genre has taken off in a big way. We are also seeing many traditional multiplayer shooters adding in a Battle Royale mode as another option, such as Battlefield 5 and Call of Duty. Before I talk about my problems with the design, let's discuss why this has gotten so popular. Battle Royale is one of those games that just quickly snuck upon everyone in the mainstream market, despite titles like PUBG and H1Z1. From a design standpoint, it is less intensive compared to other shooters on the market. When you play a game like Overwatch or COD, you are having small but very intense matches. With a Battle Royale game, a match can be over quickly, but usually will take longer to play out. There are peaks and valleys when it comes to the pacing of a Battle Royale shooter that you do not see in traditional shooters. The beginning of a match tends to be very slow, depending on your landing point, as you try to get the basic resources and equipment you need to keep going. While the map is indeed fixed, by randomly deciding what part of the map to focus on changes the basic play of a match. There are just enough random elements at play to keep the game from becoming stale, while still having a set pace to each match. The problem I have with Battle Royale design is that it's reminding me of roguelike design, but not in a good way. Over the years, we have seen many roguelike titles, a list of varying qualities, and the one key area that distinguishes the good from the bad is variance. A game with high amounts of variance can provide different experiences on each play, preventing the game from becoming repetitive. Titles that fail to create variance end up not providing enough random or procedural elements to make each play feel unique. In an earlier post, I talked about the issues of Zelda-rogues, and just moving around hard-coded points of interest. The problem is that no matter how random the map is, the player is still doing the same things. The more elements in a roguelike that are fixed, the greater the chance of developing a set strategy that works every time. Even if there are randomized elements, if they do not go far enough in terms of changing the play, then those patterns can form. Good roguelikes provide multiple ways of winning, and avoid having just one best option. What I just described are elements that designers tend to slip up on when it comes to a roguelike gameplay, but the same could be said of the Battle Royale genre. With that said, I am sure some of you are wondering, how would I design a Battle Royale game? The thesis for this post is that the Battle Royale genre works because it emulates aspects of roguelike design to provide plays that are just random enough to keep players invested. However, it does not go far enough, in my opinion, to push that roguelike play. The first thing I would do is to do more with the map itself, and make it either randomized or procedural. Even if the players are approaching the game space in a different direction, it still does not change important areas or points of interest on the map. This way, we'd have double randomization going on in terms of the space, the map itself, and how the ring condenses. We could go one step further and have randomized events that could happen, but that may take the ring too far in that case. In terms of gear, I would like to see either procedurally generated gear, or having such a large pool of items that it's not possible that Everything can spawn in a single game. The problem that it is that there is always skill that is considered top tier, and whoever gets it first will have a good chance of dominating. Players should not just focus on the pound king one weapon each play. By diversifying the pool, it keeps everyone on their toes and provides more options when you get to the end part of each match. For me, there are two areas of Apex Legends that I did like compared to other Battle Royale games: the squad-based gameplay and the champions. I am not versed enough in Battle Royale Meta to comment on the popularity of single versus squad matches,